Welcome to WAB-ART Productions, the new YouTube channel. Join me, Dr. Juan Forfar of Varnfried University, as we take a dive into the world of Anton Bruckner. For those of you that are unfamiliar with this composer, born 1824, died in 1896, 2024 marks the 200th birth anniversary of Anton Bruckner, and so as much as anything else, this is a personal celebration to mark that anniversary. But it's far more than that. It's far more than just about Bruckner. We're going to take a deep dive into his various compositions and see what is revealed from those. If you look at most composers like Haydn and Mozart, they are what I would classify as all-rounders. You'll find many amongst their list of works, many concertos, symphonies, chamber music, and so on. Then there is another group of composers that are more specialist and don't necessarily write in every genre. Readily that comes to mind is Frédéric Chopin, who never wrote a symphony and very little orchestral music, but predominantly a lot of piano music. So too is the case with Anton Bruckner. You will find amongst his works 11 symphonies, a large number of choral works, very little chamber music, very little solo piano music, but little glimpses. But it's those little glimpses that we can see a lot more about this composer. It also links into the world of Richard Wagner, who links into Bruckner both from the 19th century, from the sort of late romantic period of music after Beethoven, following on what Beethoven had started, or shall we say carried on from C.P. Bach in the realm of the symphony. So as much as anything else, I wish to share with you my personal perspective from a listener's perspective, and a few ideas that I would like to share to make sense of what is often cited about Bruckner, his strange sort of habits, his fascination with corpses, his counting neurosis, his revision mania, and so on. When we look at this from a fresh perspective, these things actually make sense. There is a lot that has been written about Bruckner, sometimes quite negative, and he's often described as a simpleton, as shy, as timid, as humble in respect of authoritative figures. But he is a fascinating character, and I'd also like to separate the man from the music, because to do so actually reveals a lot more about this composer. So you're invited to have a look around the channel. There are many playlists. The idea is to have an example, at least one example of each of all of Bruckner's compositions, and fortunately the age we live in, there are some real rare gems in the playlists. There's also musicians' perspectives, there's symphonic analysis that gives you background of things, and the best place to start is an introduction to Anton Bruckner if you've not heard his music before and you want to find out a little bit about his background. I'm not going to go over it into this introduction because it would be repetitive. Suffice to say that with Bruckner I find that there is a far deeper meaning, but this is also a YouTube channel where basically be a one-stop channel, so there'll be links to playlists, numerous recordings and live performances of multiple versions of the symphonies. They'll also be talking about why there are multiple versions of the symphonies and what that opens up to, which is far more, again, than it would first appear. So I hope you will enjoy having a look around the channel, explore the different conductors, the different performances, There's incredibly a 1944 stereo recording of Bruckner's Symphony No. 8. There's 3 of the movements under Herbert von Karajan. You also have some of the great names in conducting like Wilhelm Furtwängler and Celibidache, to name just 2 interpreters of Bruckner. Günter Wand is another one that comes to mind, Eugen Joachim. But there's also all the little rare pieces. I intend to cover different aspects and give you my perspective on Bruckner, what he's trying to say, the message he has for humanity, the message that is within all of his music and where it goes beyond the music itself. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Please do have a look around at all the playlists, leave comments under this video and subsequent ones on whether you agree or disagree. The saying at Varnfried University is, there is no failure, there is only learning. Art is subjective. You may not even like the music of Bruckner, but I feel you may benefit just by listening to these introductory videos where I talk about different topics, different aspects about Bruckner's life as a man, as an artist, as a creative genius, as a philosopher, as a mystic even. So, yeah, do have a look at the playlists and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.